What if I told you that most people spend years trying to build muscle without actually understanding what makes muscles grow? They lift weights, they push harder, they spend hours in the gym, yet their progress stays frustratingly slow. Meanwhile, someone else trains fewer exercises, spends less time working out, and somehow builds muscle faster. So what's the difference? It's not genetics, it's not supplements, it's understanding one powerful concept, hypertrophy. And once you understand how hypertrophy really works, you'll never look at your workouts the same way again. Here's the first mistake most people make. They think muscle growth happens because they simply move weight from point A to point B. But your muscles don't care how much weight you lifted. They care about the signal you send them. Imagine you're trying to convince your body to build a bigger house. You don't convince the builders by showing them a dumbbell. You convince them by creating a reason to expand the structure. That's exactly what hypertrophy is. Your body adapts to the demands you place on it. The problem, most people create movement. Very few create enough muscle-building stimulus. And that's where everything starts to change. So what exactly is hypertrophy? In simple terms, hypertrophy means increasing the size of your muscle fibers. When you challenge a muscle with resistance training, tiny amounts of stress are created inside the muscle. Your body responds by repairing and strengthening those fibers. Over time, the muscle becomes larger and stronger. But here's the light bulb moment. Lifting weights doesn't build muscle. Recovering from properly challenging training builds muscle. That means what happens after your workout is just as important as what happens during it. Picture someone doing bicep curls. They're swinging their entire body. Their elbows are moving everywhere. The weight is flying up and dropping down. It looks impressive, but the biceps are doing very little work. The momentum is doing most of the job. Now compare that to someone using slightly less weight. Their elbows stay fixed. They control the movement. They squeeze at the top. They lower the weight slowly. Which person do you think is creating more muscle-building tension? The second one, every time. Muscles grow from tension, not ego. The muscle doesn't know how much weight is on the bar. It only knows how hard it's being forced to work. If your goal is hypertrophy, focus on three things: control the weight, train close to failure, and apply progressive overload. Advanced muscle growth isn't about constantly finding new exercises. It's about getting better at feeling the target muscle do the work. Remember, muscle growth happens after training. Quality sleep, sufficient protein, consistent nutrition, and recovery are essential. Building muscle isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things better. Stay consistent, stay patient, and keep giving your muscles a reason to grow. I'll see you in the next video.